Smack talking where the legends live and the rookies get schooled in law. This ain't just talk. This is smack talking raw. You ready, Pinky? Judge always Ron. Let's lay the smack down. Boom.
Welcome to another episode of Smack Talking Raw. I'm your boy Pinky. And of course, Ron Stradamus is in the house. Let's go, buddy.
What's going on, Pink Dog? What's going on, man?
You know what is going on, baby. It's
That's
Tuesday
right.
night.
That's what I'm talking. We're the best 3-2 team in any era. I don't care what nobody says. We're doing some things. We should be 5-0, and everybody knows. So if you don't know, now you know. There's that.
Should be 5-0 or 4-1 at the very least. So, yeah, go Broncos, baby. What a game.
Yeah, that was 17-3 we were down. And I watched the game on pause because I had some stuff to do. And so I paused the game at halftime. And my phone comes up and it shows the Eagles score. So I'm like, oh, this is going to be like the Buffalo game last year during the playoffs. We're going to get blown out. But I said, okay, I'm not going to watch the thing. I'm going to come back and watch the game. And so I'm watching the game. We're down 17-3. And I'm like, do I just look at my phone and see what the score is? I'm like, no, let's keep watching the game. Then we come back at 17-10 on Evan Ingram's incredible touchdown. Oh, my goodness. That was an incredible touchdown. Incredible.
The fact that he got away from Jalen Carter on that was crazy.
Right. Crazy. And then when we scored to tie it and then go for the 2, that was incredible. Like Sean Payton is like, I want to win. And he started off his career as the Broncos head coach going with the onside kick. So we kind of got to look at Sean that he is not going to be the standard ordinary guy that just rolls over. He wants to win. And so kudos to Sean Payton. Viva los Broncos!
Yeah, fingers crossed, man. We got some winnable games coming up, so we should be good, baby. We should be good. Oh.
You know, if I would have planned this out right, my brother lives in London. And
man.
I should have planned a trip out there, but I didn't know how everything was going to come from the kidney transplant. So, but I could have been out there. We could have gone out there. We have room and board all taken care of. And all we have to do is just get a flight out there and the tickets for the game. Bro,
next time I'm in.
We can still leave on Saturday. What's wrong?
I mean, we could. I mean, that's a long day, though. It'd be a long day.
So, Pinky, enough about me. How's everything going in your world, friend?
Hey, man, can't complain. You know me. Just smiling and profiling. That's what I do. So,
that's right.
Just making it happen day by day.
Maggie and I celebrate our 5th-year wedding anniversary coming up on Friday, so that's going to be dope. So, shout out to my wife. Hold on, let me do a Jey Uso for her. So my rant today, Ron's rant, and this is real talk, guys. So one of the things about professional wrestling that's made it enduring to a lot of people inside of the business is the art of not predictable, not knowing what's going to happen and stuff. And I'm a little irritated because I think that the whole retirement tour that John Cena's been on has been ruined. And we'll look back on it many years from now and say it was a really cool idea, but they fumbled the ball on this pretty big as far as making it monstrosity that it could have been. Gunther and John Cena coming up here for his final match ever in WWE in a tournament that hasn't even happened yet. That pisses me off because it's like I don't even need to watch the show because I know what's going to happen. So from a WWE fan's perspective, that's an incredible good rub to Gunther because he already retired Bill Goldberg. So now he could create more of his moniker that he's the retirement killer or whatever the case may be. But now you got John Cena versus Gunther in a he hasn't even won the tournament. So it's like when we're watching the tournament, it's like, okay, Gunther looks like he's going to lose. Oh, Gunther wins. Oh, Gunther wins. Oh, Gunther's going to face John Cena. It takes away that whole spectacle of the whole thing. So my shout out to Triple H, Paul Levesque. It's not as hard as it's been. SmackDown's terrible. 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 Terrible, 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 terrible. Terrible, Shaq. Terrible. 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 Raw has a little bit more, but we're going to talk about the bloodline in a little bit. But if you're going to rely on the bloodline to bail you out of every situation that WWE has for all of eternity, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of bloodline members, but I don't know if there's enough to carry the WWE into the future. So that's my rant for the day. Pinkster.
My man, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, my friend. The John Cena retirement tour, again, this is the first time it's ever been done. There has never been a case where a wrestler has just said, you know what? I'm going to come back for a year. We're going to do this thing. I'm going to hit 50 dates and then I'm out. Right? Wrestlers don't usually do that. They kind of wind down and then they kind of show up a little bit. And then the next thing you know, it's like, hey, I'm done. Like they don't normally get to have that moment that this is my last match. Right? Like even one of our boys, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. Woo! Woo! He got told by McMahon, this is your last match in WWE. He went elsewhere and did a couple matches after that, but he should have been done with that Shawn Michaels Sweet Chin music. Like that would be a lasting moment. That is the lasting moment of Ric Flair. Just like seeing that, seeing the emotion. We just don't get a lot of those moments. So the whole retirement tour, I still enjoy because it's given us some moments. But this could have been one of the greatest things ever that they have just really fumbled. And there's a lot of people to blame. Hopefully, I mean, I kind of like the idea of Gunther fighting John Cena, but I hate if that rumor is true, coming back to what you were ranting about, it takes all of the, like, I'd rather not know who his opponent is. And it's like an open competition or, an open challenge. Like, hey, and then the ring general comes out, right? Now we don't we were anticipating, is the general going to come out? Is Brock Lesnar coming back out? Is The Rock coming out for whatever? Like, that would be great too, right? When we already know how it's going to go down, then yeah, it's like, what are we doing? Are we really going to have Gunther in John Cena's career? Does Gunther need that rub? I don't think he does, because he's not the quarterback of the company,
right?
You want to give that rub to the babyface of the company, which would have been Cody, but we've already done that because he took the title back. So yeah, man, I'm telling you. So if it's not Gunther, who else would you put in the ring for John Cena's final match at Saturday night's main event?
So if I were to write the story of John Cena and to write him off into there's only 3 people that have the opportunity to really be on there. And I'll start with the top one and go all the way down. So the first person that should be in John Cena's retirement match in some capacity is Kurt Angle. Because Kurt Angle is the one that gave John Cena his first run in the business. So he's got to show up, be inside of the ring in some form or fashion, to whether he comes in and helps John Cena, the special guest referee for John Cena, or fights John Cena. Now, he retired, so technically he can't come in and wrestle John Cena, but that's one person. That should be number 1. Number 2 should be The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. So Dwayne Johnson, he and John Cena, they fought each other twice. So there should be a third. And how big of an event would that be on Saturday night's main event? That would be the most watched show ever, to watch Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and John Cena fight in their very last match on Saturday night's main event. Biggest match ever. That's number 2. And number 3 would be Edge. Edge comes back to WWE, and he and John Cena, how they write that story would be magical. And to have those two guys fight it out one last time. That was, besides he and AJ Styles, and besides he and The Rock, Edge and him, they put on classics every single time that they fought, in my opinion. So having Edge back in WWE for that spot would just be incredible. Not to mention the fans would go ape shit crazy over Edge coming back. It would have all the hype. That may draw just as many as The Rock and John Cena being on Saturday night's main event.
Man, if they held out and didn't tell us who his opponent was, and John's in the ring, and that music hit, do you smell what The Rock? Oh, man. And he comes out there and he starts tapping. Oh, man, the crowd would be electric. It'd be great, which I will be in the crowd. So
you are going to be in the crowd, so you committed.
I think so. I just got to get the tickets. So
how much are they going for?
Well, the rumor is the some of the cheap seats are $250, and then like if you want to be ringside, you're talking like $8K. Like I can't do that, but I just want to be in the building. On Location is selling some cheap seats with experience for like $800, but I think I could get cheap seats for less than $800. You know, this is going to be a quick trip. I don't know if I need some of the extra amenities. This is going to be a fly out Friday, go see it Saturday, fly out Sunday. Like,
well, to get the opportunity to get whatever amenities that they are, because they're going to be specific to that event. And so the for something that's never happened before. So the $800 ticket, I thought it was going to be a lot more than that. I may decide that I might want to go with you.
Well, let's bring it, baby. Yeah, it's 800 for the top, like the 400 range. But the tickets go on sale. The pre-sale is next Wednesday. I'm trying to get a code for the pre-sale, and then if I missed out on tickets, that's when I would go to On Location.
Yeah, This is it's been pretty special what they've done for John Cena. And I've been looking back at John because I'm a Hogan guy. I was an Austin guy, a Rock guy, Edge guy, Shawn Michaels guy, Ric Flair guy, all that sort of stuff, right? So when John Cena came out, I was Cena sucks. Cena sucks. I was that guy, right? And so I've been looking back on his matches as the nostalgia starts to pour in. And it's like, that dude was a company guy. And he did it right. He was not the say your prayers, eat your vitamins, and do what I say. But he was that guy. And I just got to give it up to John Cena and say that, you know what? You earned your stripes, friend. You earned your stripes in this business. So kudos to you. And when it's time for you to say goodbye for the last time,
Dude, I can't even imagine what the crowd's going to do. The crowd is going to go. It's his last time. I mean, he'll come out, at other events. He's never wrestling again, but he'll come out at other events. But that, like, the last time, like, I got a feeling he's going to cry. On the walkout, I feel like there's going to be a tear in his eye. So I'm excited. I can't wait for next Wednesday. I'm still waiting. I signed up for the Capital One Arena, like their mailing list, so that they send me a pre-sale code. And I kind of got the green light from the wife because I've got enough points for flights, and I've got my father-in-law hopefully will give me some points for Marriott. And then all I've got to do is buy the ticket to the event. And it'll be, for the flights, man, it's like almost all day. you're at 7 o'clock, leave here, and you don't get there till like 6 because you got a delay and all
You
that
got to go
connecting stuff.
you got to go Southwest, bro. Go Southwest.
That is Southwest.
Oh my gosh. So, we're in a state of shock. I told you I wanted to talk about the bloodline. So we're going to talk about the bloodline. And before I get into that, when you're watching on our show, this is the people show. So we really encourage you to drop likes, comments, express what's going on for you, because this being your show, we want to work with you. But for now, I'm one of y'all. So here we go. We're going to talk about the bloodline. So Roman Reigns, who categorically through his tenure in WWE has gracefully ascended to the tribal chief position of WWE. He sits right behind Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson with regards to the prestige of what the bloodline has become. However, Roman Reigns, over the last several months since he's come back to wrestling from doing movies and stuff like that, Triple H is just not booking him well. He was unbeatable as champion for almost 4 years, and now he's in a feud with Bronson Reed, which seems a little bit, I know that they try to get people up so they can start pulling them up to the main event, but you don't do that with the biggest attraction that you have inside of your arena, because when he comes into the ring, the momentum of the ring changes. The whole setting of the crowd changes. It's like, our guy is here. Like, I don't care whether you like me or don't like me. Sit back and get ready to look at me because I'm the best going today, right? That he's that guy, and he's losing too many matches to be that guy. So I'm going to go back to when the bloodline first got started. So when there was Roman Reigns and there was Jay and Jimmy, and Roman had come back and he had won the title from Braun Strowman and Bray Wyatt. And when he came back, he's like, now I'm aligned with Paul Heyman. So then his cousins are like, dude, we can't have you with Paul Heyman. What's going on? And so then he's like, all right, let's fight. So then him and Jay are in a fight inside the cage. And then Roman, in his new heel character, takes Jimmy and he puts him in the guillotine. And then Jay had to tap out because his brother was getting messed up, right? It always goes between Jay and Jimmy. Well, here we are in 2025, and it's Jay and Jimmy and Roman all again, right? So my hope and my want and my prayer for you, Triple H, is that you have an opportunity to bring things back full circle and to make things right. Because if you give Jay the opportunity to ultimately be the tribal chief, and then they send Roman off to do their thing, they can tie all these other fictitious bloodlines with Solo doing his thing with the MFTs, with we can tie all these things together. So this bloodline that you're looking up here is solid, because WWE, Triple H booked it for 4 years with the premise that the bloodline would carry the storyline, and he hit gold. So he thought that just made him a god. You take out the L, right? Now we have an L because you didn't build any other superstars. It's like the NWO back in the 90s. The NWO, everybody joined the NWO. It's like pretty soon I was a Samoan, right? And I'm out there, I'm like, I'm a Samoan too. So the thing that I want everybody to think about is that, okay, if the bloodline comes back, who are they going to have to challenge them? Because that's what they're leaning towards, is that Triple H is going to bring back the bloodline because that's what he did well. They have the vision, which is it's percolating at best, in my opinion. But who's going to be able to challenge the bloodline to make it so that it becomes like the Wyatt and the Shield, that type of chemistry with each other? If you remember that. Do you remember that?
Absolutely.
So I just really desire that Triple H and all the writers inside of this program don't lose sight of all the other people, because you got LA Knight, he's by himself. You got CM Punk, he's off by himself. They're going to have War Games, and I've heard rumors of what War Games is going to look like. You got Seth Rollins, he's pretty much been hand given that he's going to beat Cody Rhodes at Crown Jewel, because Paul Heyman says, I'm going to start to question myself, Seth, if you don't if you don't beat Roman, because I'll wonder why I left Roman for you in the first place. Duh, that means Seth's going to win. Anyway, so the reason why I bring in this disproportionate conversation is the bloodline right now, they are in a state of they're coming back together, but what is the greater good that they're going to serve by being together? They were better apart. Jey Uso was starting to get his thing with the main event, Jey Uso. Sami Zayn's coming out doing his thing. The only person that really suffered during this whole thing was Jimmy Uso. But Jimmy kind of sealed his grave a long time ago when he wanted to drink and drive and get busted for it. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. The c'est la vie to that. You lost your championship pedigree at that point. But I just really wish that Triple H, he builds simultaneous unit so that he can have something combat the bloodline. Because to have 5 more years of the bloodline, I think that everybody would get sick of that. Like in a few, they would be
dude,
sick of it.
I was sick of it to begin with. Like it just, and again, the same thing with the NWO. You made a great parallel comparison. NWO was great when it started, and then when they literally just beat everyone for 3-4 years, it was like, well, if they're going to just beat the shit out of everybody until the other person joins them, and the good guys never win, then what are we doing? Bloodline's kind of the same thing. When Roman was on his 900-day reign or whatever the hell it was, like it was too long because it was just like, what are we doing? There's no like you just knew Roman was going to win. Like and you almost knew Roman was going to win. The bloodline was going to interfere, and that was how every match went. Every big match is exactly how it went, and it was like, okay, for 1 or 2 matches here or there, that's fine. But they had every match down clockwork. At the end, the bloodline was going to get involved. Roman was going to win. Same thing. That just got old and repetitive. We got to mix it up. You got enough guys working in creative that they should be able to build these things up. You know, and again, the bloodline got too big to where they started bringing in too many members of the bloodline, and now that's when they got to start fighting amongst each other, and then that gets boring as well. So it's a tough thing to do, but where my vote goes is that they make Fatu the tribal chief, and let's roll, baby. Let's take him to the moon. Fatu!
You know what I mean?
That's my guy. Oh man, I hope he's at SmackDown when we're there. I hope he's there. Oh.
That'll be incredible. That'll be incredible. So that's my take on the bloodline. I'm just watching it reform right here before our eyes. It wasn't a show that played out. It wasn't a group that played out on Monday Night Raw. It was definitely on the SmackDown brand. So there could be something to be said to have it as a part of the Monday Night brand. But it's like, when we had the best wrestling era of all time, we had Stone Cold Steve Austin come out. We had Triple H come out. We had The Rock come out. We had Kurt Angle come out. You had Chris Jericho come out. We had a plethora of superstars that were all available at any time to have run-ins, to have like they're walking down the hallway and bump into each other because everybody wanted to be the best. Everybody wanted to be the guy, and I just don't see that right now in today's WWE. I see that everybody's playing their role and that they know their role and they shut their mouth. And if you got anything to say, you can stick it up your Rudy Poo candy ass. If you smell, we got to get ourselves into a position to where, as fans, the logic of the story has got to make sense. I mean, like for example, if the Vision really wanted to do something big, they got to win every single title and then bring Cody Rhodes into it and get him so that they dominate all of wrestling. So Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins are both leaders of the Vision, and they're like, we are going to dominate this industry like you've never seen before. Do something completely different. But right now, what they're doing is the same old washed up. Actually, it's not even the same old washed up stuff. It's just crap, most of it. Yesterday was a better show. Yesterday was a better show than it has been, but it's not something that I can't really go into my brain. And, Tozawa. Tozawa gets his butt kicked the week before by Becky Lynch.
He got destroyed by Becky.
Right.
But hey, our girl Maxine, your girl Maxine. I was going to say our again. I'll let you have that one. But she got that win. She cheated to get it, which was awesome. And of course, the referee with the help, since Becky was being a little bit of a whiny biatch to the ref. The ref gave her the quick count, and it was like, yeah, let's go.
That's another group that has suffered under Triple H's reign. You got Chad Gable, you got Otis, you got Maxine Dupree, and you got the tag team brothers. I mean, the Creed brothers, they're great, and they're non-factor in the tag team division, which sucks.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, they might as well just send them back to NXT and be a tag team on NXT, because they sure as hell ain't doing nothing on Raw. I don't think they've been on Raw since Chad's been out almost.
Yeah, and then El Grande America. They got so many different things that it's. If I didn't know better.
Your mic cut out, Ron. We ain't got you.
I said, if I didn't know any better, I would think that there was a conspiracy theory going between AEW and WWE. Like, it can't be this bad on purpose without it being on purpose. It can't. You have the best roster in the whole entire federation, and Santos Escobar is leaving WWE. Because why? We're not using him. What's his name? We just brought him over, and now he's gone. He went to AEW. Charlotte Flair's ex-husband. Andrade, yeah. So in the space of a couple of weeks, we lost some really great wrestlers, and we're not seeing very great wrestling. I got a storyline right now, and I'm gonna hold on to it. I'm gonna tell you in your ear when we see each other in person, because I don't want somebody to go to Triple H and they get all the credit, because we got a bunch of people watching this show now, and I'm not giving you that kind of credit.
No, keep that for ourselves for sure. And then once then maybe you can spoil it for everybody. Man. I think I heard that there's another Bloodline member coming as well soon. And that's before one of the Tongas is coming back, isn't he?
Yep.
I don't remember which one, but he's supposed to be getting healthy enough to come back. So that could be interesting. All right. I've got one thing I want to mention before we start talking some Crown Jewel. I miss this guy.
Yeah.
I need this guy back. Monday Night Raw without him, just something doesn't feel right. Like I want him fighting the Vision. He's not really a good guy, but he's really just a badass. He's not really a good guy or a bad guy. I think people kind of generally think of him as a heel because he just talks about championships and doesn't give a damn. But like he's not technically a bad guy.
Right.
I miss Gunther, my man. Hopefully we get him back soon.
Gunther, you've been my guy ever since day one, man. When I watched you when you were NXT Europe, I loved you then when you were a fat dude and you were like killing everybody, and now you're in shape and you're killing it even more. So kudos to you, Walter / Gunther.
He is awesome. Well, hopefully he'll come back soon. That's the word, right? That he might be facing John Cena. So maybe we'll get to see him back and have a dominating 2026.
Yes.
All right. So probably a good lead in because we were already kind of talking about the bloodline and everything. I got one quick take on this, Ron. This match is a lose-lose scenario. Because with the Vision, and we've talked about this multiple times, in order to be strong, you got to put up W's. Now, Is Bronson Reed going to lose an Australian street fight in his hometown? Or maybe not home country, right? Well, technically, Roman Reigns should win. Roman Reigns is coming back after, Bronson Reed put him on a stretcher. And that was one of the memories that we have of this year of Roman going out on a stretcher, which I did like. They made reference to that. I liked Bronson Reed going, your uncle, he never went out on a stretcher. I thought that was awesome. Like, that was like, oh, yeah, Roman owes you a punch now. You're going to get a Superman punch to the face. And he got one. Like, it was, I really enjoyed that. He did get two. So I just, at the end of the day, I'm like, I don't feel like, unless we get some interference or something, I don't know. I just don't know how you get through this match with having Roman not win, but you shouldn't, like, Bronson Reed technically should win because you're still trying to give him the rub and trying to get him up the main event, which Bronson Reed's not getting a match like this a year ago, before he broke his foot and went out for a while. He wasn't going to get a match like this. Like, they really are, like, shining him up. But to keep that shine, you got to win.
You got to win. So I think that are we doing predictions right now?
So talk about the match. What do you think? And then make your prediction.
I think it's going to be really hard hitting. I think it's going to follow the Bronson Reed storyline as far as like being very brutal. I think that Roman is going to shine with being able to showcase his speed, his agility, and things of that sort. I think ultimately what happens is I think Braun Breaker comes out and costs Roman Reigns the match. And that's going to lead up to Braun and Roman having a match at some point in time, because I think that's ultimately where they want to go to really elevate him down the line as well. So I pick Bronson Reed to win the match.
Ooh, okay. The way that they've been doing it, man, I can't see Roman losing after getting carried out on a stretcher. He can't lose. I'm gonna write that down. I got Roman Reigns, baby. I never root for Roman Reigns. What's going on, man? And I like Bronson Reed a lot. Like, I just like the guy. I actually like him a lot more than Braun Breaker. I was on Twitter and I got a lot of comments that somebody had posted. One of those things was like, the guy from Tangled with all the swords in front of him. Like, tell us your wrestling take that would have everybody like this. And I posted, Braun Breaker's great in the ring, but everything else is just dog shit. And everybody started coming out and giving me some grief. And I was like, I just don't like him. I just don't like the dog barking and the seizures, and I just don't like it. So
he's gonna be your champion at some point in time, friend. So just
I know, and then I'm just gonna root hard against them every time, like I did against Roman. So
whether you like it or don't like it, sit back and love it because it's the best going today. Woo!
Oh man, I hate that. I just hate the idea of it. No. All right. God, now I'm on a sour note, Ron. See what you did. All right. This has a chance of being a fantastic match. And it's the Kabuki Warriors versus Io and Rhea. Oh, man. Oh, and the reaction Rhea's going to get in Australia, right? I mean, this match is going to be popping. Tell me what you think. What do you got?
So I love the fact that all of the girls that were in the match at WrestleMania 40 have now split up. So we had Naomi, Bianca, and Jade, and then you have Io, Kari, and Asuka. They're all starting to split apart, which makes the division so much better, because when they're all in one group, you kind of get beat up for a while. However, I think with War Games coming up here pretty soon, that what's going to happen is we're going to have the situation where Asuka and Kari win the match, and they do it brutally. somehow to these girls over on the other side so that everybody kind of fears them a little bit. Like Asuka's got a little bit of that edge to her. And I think that she's the one that ultimately is the one that causes Rhea to get some saliva in her eyes or whatever. And they end up taking the match. Kari and Asuka.
Oh, man. Well, this will be fun because there's no way Rhea's losing in Australia with Io Sky. Asuka and Kari have both been winning lately, or at least at the end coming out on top with them spraying the mist on Io and Rhea back-to-back weeks. I've got Io Sky pinning Asuka 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring. C'est la vie, baby. It's going to happen.
Robert, what's going on, man? I'm checking you out. Let's go, Io. In this particular situation, let's go, Asuka. Nobody's ready for Asuka.
That face paint she had on Raw last night was pretty dope. That
it was.
Snake or centipede or whatever that was. I was like, damn, girl. Like, that was pretty dope. Oh, man. All right. I know where we're going here. Like, we don't even have to say it. We'll just put it down. Stephanie's going to win.
Stephanie's going to win. That's it right there.
So this would be Tiffany Stratton's first loss this year. And that's where I'm actually nervous about this match because they've never worked together. So this match could either be really awesome because, that moonsault Tiffy's got is great. And Tiffy can be physical in some of her matches as well. But sometimes when two wrestlers get in there that really haven't worked together, they might not have chemistry. It might look like half of that Tiffany Charlotte match.
Right.
I think the first half was not very good, and then the second half you're like, okay, now they kind of figured each other out. They're working with each other, and they made it look good at the end. But for a little bit, I was worried on that one. So that's kind of where I feel about this too, because I think we've talked about it. Like, when Gunther gets in there with anybody, he can make them look good. Every match Gunther has, his opponent, he'll make them look good, or unless it's a squash. They won't have this be a squash. I do think Stephanie does a good job helping her opponents look good. I don't think Tiffany is at that level yet to where she helps her. She can pull up her opponent to her level. I don't think Tiffany's at that point in her career yet.
And rightfully so. I mean, she's been in the business now for 4 years, and in her 4 years, she came out. She was green as cat poop, if you will, when she first got started. And now she can at least carry a match a little bit. And like Robert says, it's Tiffy time, but not on this day. I think that the
La Primera.
I think that she's dominant. She was dominant in NXT. She's come and immediately won a belt here on Monday Night Raw, the flagship show. I think that they make her incredibly strong by having her win it. And you may see her be the first time to go back-to-back years as far as things go and everything like that.
Would you think Stephanie will hit that spiral twist again?
I definitely think she'll hit that spiral twist. I've watched it probably 30 times. And watching it 30 times, I don't even know how she does it, and she landed it perfectly.
It was so clean. Because I'm not a big fan of her SVB. I don't know. Her finisher, when she did, the backbreaker, I'm not a huge fan of it. It doesn't always look super clean. I prefer her to get something else. I think that spiral twist works for me because it's beautiful.
I think that her should be the finishing maneuver because that move is just so sick.
It it definitely establishes dominance, right? You put a woman down like that, banging her head on the mat in that position, you are showing dominance. And then when she does the little kick at the end,
yeah.
a little disrespectful, get out of here.
Yeah, get out of here. I'm through with you,
Oh yeah, I'm ready for some devil's kiss. So that was easy. Stephanie, you're the best. We love you, girl. All right. This one, buddy. This could be this really could be the match of the night. If they both can put it together. AJ Styles has still got it. He's still got it. He's looking good. We've seen Cena in different moments look really good. It's just how are they going to work together, right? So this is really going to be on the producer of the match to really make this thing shine. And this is what the people wanted, right? The people said we want AJ Styles for Cena. They got it.
We're getting notes. Where's the guy on the left? It's just a blank side. Got you, Robert.
It's like right here, man. I got my John Cena tattoo. It's right here. You can't. Yeah, it's right here.
You can't see me. Yeah, I think that this match is going to be a classic. I think that at the end of the day, they carried a decade in between them. I'm the face that runs the place. Yeah, looking back on that rivalry, AJ was just coming into WWE, and he had to go after the biggest dog, and he did, and he ate when he was fighting against John. So I expect great things from this match. It will still the night because this is one of John Cena's final matches that he will have. So I think that they've set him up real well with having it be against AJ Styles.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think this is going to be not the main event, but like right before the main event. I'm thinking. I think so because I think we're going to want to give this one some runway too. 25, 30 minutes.
Yep.
So. Who's winning, Ron?
So I don't think that anybody wants to see John go out on a losing streak. So I think that John wins this match.
And you already know what I'm going to say.
John Cena is going to win this match.
John Cena is going to win this match. My pen won't work no more, so I'm just going to have to remember. John Cena going to win. It's just AJ Styles is cool and all. I don't think they're maybe they're setting them up for a run. The retirement talk is coming. So maybe after this, maybe we see him in some more big matches, get a little bit of run and get some W's. But he's had a couple W's here and there with a couple losses. Let's win, baby. Let's make it happen. I mean, I think we're going to see a little bit of everything. So,
going back to talking about Gunther being John Cena's final match, the only thing that could make that so much better, and I can imagine a lot of chicanery going on during that match, but if Brock Lesnar comes out and hurts Gunther and puts him out, so that gives Gunther and Brock Lesnar after that match a reason to be engaged with each other, because that would be an incredible match, Gunther versus Brock Lesnar.
Man, that would be two beasts colliding. It would be. I'm all in for it. But you know me, man. I love Gunther. I love him. He's probably one of my favorite guys. And my daughter gets so mad at me. Harmony gets so mad because she does not like Gunther. She's like, "Why do you like Gunther?" I was like, "Because that guy is a badass, and he knows he is, and he's just fantastic in the ring." So
fantastic. He tells a good story every time.
Every time. Robert knows.
Gunther.
Robert and I agree on a few things, and Gunther's one of them. That's for sure. All
You
right.
know,
So
as we get ready to go into the final part of our show, the one thing that I want to do is this is your show, everybody. As you can see, Robert chiming in. As you're watching this, whether it's live after the fact, this is the People Show. So as the People Show, drop a like or comment, and we'll get back to you later on. If you leave an email or anything like that, we're on different platforms. So we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube. You can catch us. Excuse me. And at the end of the day, we're here to just give you the best content we possibly can. There's a lot of wrestling shows out there, and they're talking about a lot of things. And I think that they want to keep hope alive that wrestling is in the best phase of its life right now, and it's definitely not. It's definitely pretty terrible, and the ratings are starting to show that. When we look at the ratings, I mean, when WWE went to Netflix, I expected to see 3, 4, 5 million people watching the show minimum, and we're at less than 2 million for the first time 2 weeks ago. So that's not a good look for WWE, especially with TKO. So I'm expecting that the next match, which you're going to bring up, which is Cody versus Seth, I think that one's going to be one that rings. That's going to be a lifetimer. This is one of those matches to where I think that at the end of it, Seth Rollins is going to win. So Seth is my guy to say he's going to win that match, and they're going to put on a spectacle because Seth is 0-3, and he's got to win one.
Yeah, it's been I'm gonna say, and this is my Ron take on this, my Ron rant. The one thing I hate about these crown jewel champion versus champion match is, yeah, there's a crown jewel belt and they get a ring, but there's really no other. If they lose, they still got their championship belt. Like, I feel like it should be winner take all. Winner take all versus champion. And I know that's it kind of builds a weird dynamic because then going into next year, if Cody or Seth doesn't lose the other belt, then technically you don't have anybody to face at Crown Jewel. But
they're fighting themselves in the
ring. There's just, without the stipulation and, just like, oh, it's just a ring. At least in this case, they have brought up, Paul Heyman starting to question. They've been throwing those nuggets at us. Braun Breaker not wanting to listen to Paul Heyman. Seth Rollins being questioned. Who's really in charge? You or Paul Heyman? Who's leading the vision? And that just backs you into a corner. Seth Rollins can't lose this match. He cannot lose this match.
Absolutely cannot, for sure.
And Cody won last year. Can Cody do any wrong? Cody's at that point, man, like John Cena was and still is, but really can't do any wrong. If he loses, you're still wanting him to win next time. If he loses, you're still rooting for him. If he loses, he still loses the right way, right? He doesn't cheat. He doesn't go after people. He's not a bad guy. So in this case, Cody can lose and still be okay. He will still dominate SmackDown.
The thing that tarnishes it for me is, like, say, for example, Cody does win again. I think that the crowd, we would lose the crowd because then he would become Tom Brady-esque. Because all of a sudden, like, if you think about it, if Crown Jewel would have been a thing in WWE from the 80s, how many of Crown Jewel rings would Hulk Hogan have had?
All of them.
Right. And then going on into the next era, Austin and Rock, they would have split a couple at least, with Triple H getting in there, get some, Shawn Michaels getting some in there, right? Well, we just introduced this thing during this era. And so Cody Rhodes was the first winner of it. So if he becomes like the Green Bay Packers of this era, we'll look back on it and be like, Cody wasn't the best wrestler of all time. How come they gave him such a big push? Will always be the question.
I just think he's the guy that's like the face, man. He truly is the John Cena of this era. Everybody loves his song. He's out there signing autographs with the kids. He's doing all the ESPN marketing, and he's out there. He's a working champ. It's just like he's the guy, you know. And Seth Rollins isn't the guy. Seth Rollins is more the bad guy, right? And you got to play your role. You got to know your role. And you know, as I wear my "Know Your Role, Shut Your Mouth" shirt.
That's right. That's right. I think it's going to be a great match, Pinky. I think that at the end of the day, I think if WWE doesn't write this properly with 2 Vision wins, Bronson Reed and Seth Rollins, I think that that whole gimmick is over.
Which would be kind of tough because, like, I don't think you've really provided the complete rub that you wanted to give Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. I think it's, you know, they've definitely been in these bigger matches now than they had been, so you've gotten some of that. But then how do they keep that momentum without this?
But I also think, you know, now that I think about it, Roman could win this match because I'm just like the end result is spear versus spear, Roman versus Braun. But where are they going to do it? Because you got Bronson Reed fighting Roman right now, and we're in October. WrestleMania is not for another 6 months. And so where do they fit that? That's a WrestleMania profile match, not a Royal Rumble, not a it's a big time match, because if you're putting the future against the past, that's a big match. They need to do that right.
Have we one of the things I wanted to ask you, because I am not so sure about this. Have we seen Plan B yet?
Well, they could say that it was Becky Lynch.
They could, but they never really tied that together. So is Becky really Plan B? Is there another member of the Vision coming to help save the day? Either in Bronson's match or most likely in this match. Because again, if you got some shenanigans and Cody loses because of shenanigans, he's still okay, right? Still makes him look strong.
Right.
So, Plan B.
Plan B could be Jey Uso, but it's not, and it could be LA Knight.
Oh, yeah, man, I don't know if LA Knight. I don't know about that, but I've been liking what LA Knight's been doing on Raw. He's won me over on Raw. I didn't really like him on SmackDown, but I've enjoyed him a lot on Raw. Stealing that shine from CM Punk last night, that was great. He's like, no, this is my pin. Thanks, CM.
You know I'm a CM Punk fan, and I love him to death, but I just see he's gotten old, and I think it's time for he came back only a year ago, but it's like you're almost a year too long.
That go to sleep last night was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. It didn't even look like it connected. It was bad. So
yeah. So we as professional fans, professional wrestling fans, we're not going to sit here and placate things and say that, oh, everything's okay if it's not. If you're watching this show and you expect us to be like, Cody Rhodes, Cody Rhodes, that ain't going to really happen. It happened right now because I just was making mockery of it, but it's not going to happen. The show right now needs to improve. The people that are participating in the show to make the show what it is, get your money out of the AEW pocketbooks and quit trying to bring them up. We're in a stage right now to where we need to bring better product to the field. Robert, thank you for your comments and your likes and everything like that. I love you, brother. You know, and this show is for everybody. So if you're watching this show later, live, whatever, we do it always 6 o'clock Mountain Time on Tuesdays live. And if you want to pick it up anytime during the week, you'll get our rant about like what's going on. The show Pinky's our main moderator. He's our Jim Ross, and I get to play the role of Corey Graves. So I get the play-by-play, and I get to let you know what's going on from the color side.
I thought you were my Jerry Lawler. That's what I thought.
I'm not going to talk about puppies. I'm not a puppy kind of guy.
I did write down Seth Rollins for both of us, right?
Seth Rollins, yes, Seth Rollins. Okay.
So we got John and Seth, we got Steph. So we just and do you think they're going to do one more? You think one more match gets created?
Typically, Triple H has been running 5 matches strong, so there may be something that comes up, but there's nothing unless it comes up from SmackDown. I don't think anything
like LA Knight, CM Punk, Jey Uso.
Either one of those could happen, but that would be very heavy, Raw laden show, and I don't think that's what WWE is trying to do.
That's probably. They would need something from SmackDown. I don't know if there's anything on SmackDown besides Fatu and Drew, and I think they want to let that breathe a little bit.
Well, they could have done a lot of things with regards to. Hold on just a second. Somebody came to my door, and I'm not expecting anybody. Hold on.
And Robert, you're always welcome to jump in. You can literally just click the button and join us. So, but we do appreciate all of your comments.
Yes. Anytime you have anything to say, I really thank you guys for being a part of this. And as we sign out for today, I just want you guys to know that if you guys are in a situation to where you're up against the wall or anything, come to us because we'll give you some insights on some stuff. And if you don't like the way that we give you information, I got 2 words for you. Suck it! See you next week, guys.
Let's go.
Yeah. Smack talking raw. Ron and Pinky in the house. We the main event, yo, the crowd gon' scream. Cena hit the ring, you can see me theme. CM Punk pipe bomb, truth getting told. Stephanie Vaquer in the ring looking bold. Pinky's on the mic, Ron's got the play. Dropping hot takes every single day. Mike's blaze, crowds wild, energy tall. Monday night vibes, we bring it on. From the top rope talk.